Cool. So, quick recap of the previous events on the Sticky Stones Collective. I'm not going to do the whole thing. So yeah, we started the campaign in doing the Lost Mines of Phandelver module. You guys met Sildar Hallwinter in the Crossswords Inn in Neverwinter. You guys had all responded to a call for protection as they traveled to Phandalin with a bunch of their goods. They left ahead of you, and and you were like tasked with bringing all the goods with you to Phandalin. On the way, you encountered an ambush of horrible little goblins who had previously killed a horse. It looked like you killed the goblins, tracked them back to their cave, where you rescued Sildar Hallwinter from this tribe of goblins led by a bugbear. Getting back to Phandalin, you guys proceeded to do a lot of investigating. You got paid on whatnot, and I think, where did you guys go after that? I feel like you guys just took a job to kill some orcs, I think, and then you traveled north to kill them.
Thunder Tree.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, you went to Thunder Tree for a bit.
Oh yeah, no, this isn't where I did a thing.
That's not where you did a thing. And you got to Thunder Tree, you found some strange zombie-like creatures and some living plants, and eventually met up with the druid, or Radoth, I think his name was. And he sort of set you up for the night, gave you a bit of information on where... oh yeah, because Gundren Roxy had been captured, right, and you went there to get the information. He gave you the location of where he was being kept and directed you through the forest to Cragmore Castle. And you guys arrived, I think, pretty late at night, and you sort of made this plan to sneak into the castle, pretending to be members of these red brands that you had previously seen in the town of Phandalin. You believed them to be allied, which was turned out to be true. This group of goblins and hobgoblins that were holed up in this castle greeted you as allies, and you managed to sneak your way in. And then you got killed, almost got killed by Grick, which was pretty scary. You killed a bunch of goblins, and eventually managed to find Gundren and another lady who I actually can't remember the name of at this point in time. Was an elven woman. He killed the leader of Cragmore Castle, and took the Gundren and this elf woman to back down to Phandalin. You also almost got killed by an owlbear that was just trapped in the castle, which is interesting. Yeah. I think Owl got like crit for like all of his health in like one go maybe or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where it was. Yeah, where it was almost an insta death.
Yeah, I think it was like a couple of just instantly killing him. And yeah, you guys got back to Phandalin, reunited Sildar and Gundren together once more, and as you were going around the town, you decided that it was about time these red brands got what was coming to them, and you devised a fiendish plan after investigating the town a bit and finding that they were holed up in the mansion at the top of the hill. You made a plan to tempt them out of the manor and get them all ridiculously drunk, by throwing a huge party under the name of Gregulus. And once they were all drunk and sort of lying about in the streets, you could go in and take care of what was remaining of them. And I think the plan went off pretty well. You just got everyone drunk, went down into the manor. I think was it Peg and Timon that found the secret entrance at the back of the manor?
Yeah, it was.
I think Darvin might have been with us too.
Oh
or
yeah, and
Gregulus. Oh yeah, Darvin.
No, Gregulus was.
He was playing,
playing
yeah.
the music.
I was putting on a show.
Yeah, with his.
And
his...
Raquel was the busty manager.
That's
Yep.
right. With a Russian
And,
accent.
So yeah, you guys found the secret entrance, went down, and I think you captured Glassstaff after a brief tussle, and were interrogating him on his allegiances, and you found word of this black spider that seemed to be cropping up. Anyway, did you guys kill him, or did you just like hand him over? I can't remember.
I feel like we killed him.
Yeah, I think you
I
might have done.
I feel like you killed him.
Yes,
I feel like I killed him, actually. Yeah,
Sounds
no, I feel
exactly
like
like
I killed
Peg.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot the best part. You made friends with
I
the
know.
Nothic.
I was waiting for it. Do you remember what we named him? I can't remember what I named him.
Was it like
It's like
Dave
Nelson or
or
I think
something?
it was like
something.
Jerry or something like that.
It was like Nelson or
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
you
fine.
you
miss
guys,
that guy.
yeah, you fed him some dead bodies, and he thought you were great. You know.
It's a good thing I keep rotting stuff in my bag.
Yeah. And I think after that, you got the job from the cleric in town. One sec. Let's see if I can actually find. What was her name? Lenine. Oh, actually, no, not Lenine. Sister Gariel. It's another name. It's just hard to pronounce. She was a priest in the local church to Tamora, and I think she'd asked you to get some information out of a
Hag?
It wasn't a hag, it was a banshee. Because she had like previously tried to do this job, and she'd failed and come back injured.
Trevor.
Trevor, that's the name.
Totally Trevor.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, Trevor the Nothic, the creepy little eye monster.
How dare you? He was adorable.
Yeah, it was right.
Wow, that was early on too. That was in our like 5th session.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
something
fifth.
like that.
Wow. We've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, after that, you went up towards Coneyberry, I think is the name of the town, which is where the Banshee resided. And I can't remember if it was on the way or on the way back, where was the other interactions, because you guys fought a camp of orcs up by Wyvern Tor.
I think that was all on the way. We did the Banshee, and then the orcs, and then the Necromancer. In some order there.
Yeah, there was some order. It was the collection of side quests, if you will. Yeah, there was the one encounter with a necromancer who seemed to be this red-robed wizard with like a bald head and like a bunch of tattoos, commanding all these undead. There was a group of zombies and like an ogre zombie, I think. You got some good stuff off of him, but allowed him to leave with his life. As you know, necromancy isn't that bad. It's, you know, an honest living. And you killed a bunch of orcs and cut off their ears because there was a bounty out on a bunch of orcs, I think. And then you got to the Banshee, who I forget the name of. I think it was something. I can't remember. Not important. And you traded her I think it was some item that you'd found previously.
There's a gold statue or something that we'd found.
Yeah, I think it was like a statue of some sort.
It was an elvish statue of some sort.
For the information that you needed. And with that, you returned to Phandalin, and with the location of Wave Echo Cave in your possession, thanks to Gundren, you decided it was time to make a move and see what all the fuss was about on the way to Wave Echo Cave.
Does anybody know the way?
I don't know.
If only there was a way we could be reminded of the way to Wave Echo Cave.
We'll save
So
it.
yeah, you guys got there. You can just start playing it at some point.
Exactly.
So yeah, you guys made your way there. I think at the entrance, it was Tharden, Gundren's brother, was lying dead at the entrance to the caverns. And once inside, you guys fought your way through. It was a bit of a dungeon crawl. There was a flaming skull that nearly burnt you all alive. There was a spectator and a group of Gricks. And eventually you got to the deepest part of the caves, where you found the Black Spider and his accomplices, which were just a bunch of spiders, funnily enough. And there was an epic battle for the control of Wave Echo Cave, which is pretty neat. And yeah, like I think once we finished that up, Gundren managed to get set up with his mining operation. He had some help from the town, and with the lack of red brands in the town, you guys felt it was okay to head back towards Neverwinter. So you guys head back, and once arriving, there was a lot of shopping and whatnot.
Didn't we go and kill that dragon too?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
with
that's
the
a good point.
tree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah, no,
completely
we found
forgot.
we found the cultists, and then I cast a major image and made myself the dragon to fuck with their heads. And
Yep.
then we killed the dragon.
Yeah.
Because, we'd done everything else, so we were way higher level than it.
Yeah, you were just like, oh yeah, we'll just pop in and kill that dragon while we're going to.
No big
I-
deal. Let's just
No big
slash
deal.
that dragon's throat.
I was just having a polite conversation with him, and then he got all racist about me.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a green dragon. What do you expect?
I don't see color. Nothing? Come on, that was hilarious.
So yeah, you guys made a brief detour to kill the green dragon of Thunder Tree, which with a party of 5 level 5s, it was like super easy. Well, not super easy, but like it was pretty simple work. And then you guys got to Neverwinter, which is where you've been for the last. Oh, I don't even know how long it's been.
13 sessions? Year?
It's been a while.
In game, I think just a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
in
like,
game it's been
in
like a
real
couple-
life, forever.
Yeah.
Since September 29th of
So, yeah.
2019.
When you first arrived, there was some shopping that you guys initially did, and you heard that there was a harvest festival of sorts that was starting up. As well
We met
as
Johan.
yeah, you met Johan, the tinkerer. Peg found a lovely lady down by the docks to assist her with her artistic endeavors. Gregolis started trying to
Grungy
make a
pirate
name for
tattoos, actually.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call them artistic endeavors.
it's true. Yeah. Gregolis started making a name for himself as a musician before getting a prime time slot during the Harvest Festival.
Nailed it.
Yep. Darwin was doing some sneaky dealings, investigations of the local doings,
Bit of
and
sneaky.
Found a fight club.
found a fight club and got a shady job. And Rakal got in touch with his gang of fellow angelic beings.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say feminine side, but Raquel got in touch with his feminine side.
He is
No,
very
Peg, that's
sparkly.
already happened. You'd already
Yeah, that
taken
was when he was
call,
the
right?
busty manager.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And yeah, you guys found a couple jobs to do. Rakal had decided to try to assist Neverwinter with the demonic sort of outbursts in one part of the city called the Chasm. It was a walled-off part of the city where demons seem to be spewing out of this large chasm in the ground, created when there was a volcanic eruption. Like I think it was like a long time ago. At this point, maybe like 50, 60 years. And that happened. It was all very exciting. You guys raced through the ruined city, trying to keep yourself safe from these demons attacking you.
I feel
And,
you skipped
destroy-
over a big important part there because I think it was just before we went to the cataclysm is when we found out Timon had an accent and his name was Rome.
Well, his name isn't Rome.
Rome, that's what he
was
picked.
What he wanted to, have you call him to kind of stay under the radar a
Right.
little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Timon was worried of being spotted in the town. But yeah, you guys did that quick job in the chasm, and then Darwin brought forward this other job he had found from a guy in an alleyway, telling him to either, I think the specifics was to just just attack maybe the house of the Lord Protector and just steal a bunch of stuff and cause a ruckus. And whatever you could steal was your payment for this job. And you guys had heard some things about this guy. I know that Timon specifically was not a huge fan. He was the leader of the town at that time, a man called Lord Neverember, and he had come down from Waterdeep and taken up the mantle of leadership in Neverwinter and tried to bring this town into control. But many people in the city believed him to be more of a tyrant than an actual helpful force. And you guys thought, can pull off a nice little heist to maybe even the odds a bit, and started casing the joint. I think you spent like one night casing the joint, and then the next you went in, and I think like, things went interestingly. I know that when you were like investigating the place, Peg, Rakal, and Gregolis, I think, were like ended up talking to them. But Peg was disguised as Rakal,
Oh no!
and
Don't bring up
Rakal
old
was
things.
disguised as the manager, the busty manager lady.
I don't think Recall was actually doing anything in that because I don't think Tyler wasn't there.
I think he was up on the roof
He was up
across
on
the
the
way
roof
watching
across the way
things, yeah.
watching.
Oh, was
Yeah, Peg fucking
oh
went
was he
after
not there?
and
Yeah.
made
Yeah,
me
no,
look
I
into
threw
yeah.
one of the music boxes through the window,
Through the window.
to
Oh my God.
spread the word because that made sense. You know, marketing. It's like throwing flyers at people. It's just a hard object.
Yeah, the music boxes of Gregolis's music that Johan had made.
And then I threw it when they got upset about it. I threw pocket salt in their eyes and then cast darkness and ran away.
Yeah, as you do. But somehow through Gregolis's quick wit and dashing charm, they didn't just throw you in prison immediately. And you managed to get some
What did we do?
information out of them.
Disavow Peg? Be like she's new? Oh no, but it looked
Yeah,
like
I-
Ricky. I forget.
I don't think so. I think you convinced them of something, either that or you just took off.
I think you just said that you don't
Oh,
know
you
who
convinced
are,
them. I
like-
think you told them that there was going to be free alcohol for them at your show.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Everybody loves free alcohol.
Yeah, it's a running theme. And yeah, the next night, you guys snuck in to try and break into the place. Once all the guards had left to go to this party that Gregolis had said was happening. Newsflash though, the party wasn't happening. They were actually breaking into the house. And you guys, I think you guys made like a pretty good way up without any sort of notice being taken. And as you were getting to the top, you found the office where Lord Neverember and his the mayor of the town were talking. And as you were like discussing your plans, a couple guards found you, and there was a bit of a battle just in the middle of the building. There might have been some like creepy tentacles that started like lashing about everywhere. And eventually, after those guards were taken care of, you went up to find the room empty. I think the room was empty, and it jumped down to the street where a battle took place between you guys and the mayor of the town, who was, I don't have his name written down here, which is annoying. It was a mayor. It was a dwarf guy, and Lord Neverember. I mean, you guys killed him immediately before even like talking to him. And yeah, like you guys got the impression after interrogating them a bit before killing them that you know, this might have not been
Soman
the
Galt?
best decision. Soman Galt, that's the one. But you had committed yourself to this act, and you were carried through. And I think someone started a fire as well at some point.
Someone.
And just decided to just leave that to, you know, take its course. Can't actually remember who exactly started a fire.
We didn't start the fire.
And yeah, you guys left. I know that you guys have found some information on like goings on in the city. I think Tim had found is it some kind of list or something? I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, there was some sort of list of
Of
people
names.
from Cormier that were
Hmm.
to be watched out for.
And yeah, you guys headed back and Peg, I think, decided to go back later on in the night and just unleash a tidal wave on the fire that had spread.
It was the
Um,
right thing to do.
You know, she
my
she
God.
helped put out the fire along with some lives, but you know, can't make an omelet without cracking some eggs, right?
100%.
So yeah, after this, I think was when the Harvest Festival happened. You guys took the time to enjoy the finer things in life. You went around, checked out all the different stalls. You met some snooty guy doing an archery contest. You, I think you got involved in an arm wrestling contest.
Yes, I won.
Can't remember if I think
Yep.
I think
Ricky
Regulus
won.
got involved in a drinking competition.
I think I won everything.
Didn't I shoot that archery guy or something?
Yeah, I think you shot him in the foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that
Yep.
happened.
Yeah, never forget.
I
Tim-
also rigged the wrestling so that who was wrestling? Was it Greg?
Yeah, I think you did something you like.
Yeah, I rigged it so you'd win.
I was gonna win anyway. I mean, look at these pipes.
I know the Rakal and Timon, I think, or was it Rakal and Darvin? when
Darvin.
they fought
Timon beat Darvin.
Storm,
I beat Darvin.
yeah, and then there was some nice robe sports. Can't remember if there was anything else.
Oh, there's a fishing
the one?
competition.
Oh yeah, the fishing.
Oh,
How could I
yeah.
forget? How could I forget the fishing competition where you stole a boat?
Okay,
And then
first of all, we
wrestled
weren't
a
allowed
shark.
to steal the boat because I was with Timon.
I wouldn't let her steal it.
We didn't steal the boat.
We didn't steal the boat.
Wow. I
Um,
wanted to steal the boat.
Yeah, you borrowed a boat.
Timon
and
shot
then
me in the
decided-
hand. Son of a.
I think I paid the man.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think you paid him to just leave for a bit, and you know, we could just have the boat for a bit. Yeah, I think Peg decided that the best way to catch a fish was to just jump into the water and just
And
stop
grab a
swimming
shark.
around.
Physically
And,
destroy it.
She just like ripped a shark apart with her bare hands. You know.
I mean, to be fair, she spent most of her life actually living in the ocean on a rock, so
Yeah, you know, I'm sure you killed sharks with your hands before.
probably.
And yeah, I think after that you guys went to the Moonlight. It's Moonlight something. Moonlight Hall or something. The inn on the floating rock, where the
Mask.
performance is
Moonlight Mask.
Yeah, that's the one. Which is where all the performances were being done from. Gregoris went up there and was getting set up for his grand entrance, and you guys were just having a few drinks. I think you'd been set up with some rooms, thanks to knowing Gregoris and his. I guess you would just assume to be part of his entourage.
Oh yeah, you're all just my entourage now. He said it. It's recorded. It's canon.
Yeah, it's canon. So yeah, Gregoris did his nice performance. Everyone loved it. You got a few drinks, and I feel like that night was when you met Mordivel in
Yes,
the
it was.
inn.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were having a few drinks at the end of the day in the tavern attached to the Moonlight Mask when Mordivel and his a few of his friends and whatnot came in and went off to a sectioned off part of the mask, like the VIP section.
Didn't we use the
And,
brandy that we have to bribe our way in, basically? Was
I
it the
think so,
brandy
yeah.
or was it my rum, my homemade rum?
I think
think
we
it
got
was
in
the-
based on your part of
Your-
the.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I don't
hun-
remember
I
bribing
100
anybody with it.
100% have a note here. It says Regulus uses his ale to bribe his way into the Richie Rich area. But
Is ale in quotes?
yeah, no, well, I don't know why it's ale. Because what ale?
No, that was a joke.
Oh, hey. Took me a minute. Hi, yo. Anyway, doesn't matter. We got in there.
Yep. Yeah, you managed to talk your way in, and you talked with him for a bit. Morivel is he was like a local businessman of sorts, and he discussed with you just the things going on in the city. The recent death of the lord of the city had caused issues, certainly, and there had been a power vacuum of sorts created that he was worried that would be filled by someone with less than good intentions. So he was hesitant to offer his own name up to the hat. And I think he invited you to his manor for the party, right? He had like
think
this
so.
he had a little shindig planned, and thought the crew that had helped Gundren and made a name for themselves a bit were worthy to come along.
Wasn't this also where Timon stole my purse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah, that night,
Yeah.
Timon stole Peg's money shamelessly.
He did it because she had been stealing people's
Yes, I
purses
was
that
stealing,
night.
and he was trying to teach me a lesson to look after my stuff better, or at least
That's what she got out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, something to that.
And
effect.
Timon thought, well, it's a start.
Yeah,
I'm gonna count that as a win.
and yeah, what was everyone's thoughts at that point of Morivel? I think it was mostly cautious optimism.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
That sounds very right.
So yeah, after that night, I think you guys went and bought some like posher clothes, some nicer digs, and
Well, I made masquerade masks.
yeah. Just give me a sec. 1 sec.
We did a lot of stuff.
We did do a lot of stuff. It's weird how it all comes back when it's actually being discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of like. At first, I was like, oh yeah, this will be easy. We've done all this stuff before, but it's like several months worth of stuff.
All right, my name's Raquel Proper, and this is a recap of the Sticky Stones Collective.
Oh my god! Can't have radio silence.
We don't. I think we also forgot the Fight Club incident.
Oh yeah, didn't I turn myself into somebody that looked like fancy schmancy and sneak up into the fancy schmancy area and try to steal from people and talk in a weird?
Was the Fight Club
Higher.
before the party or after?
I turned you invisible. I turned you invisible at the party.
Oh no, not the party, like the
No,
Fight
no,
Club
no,
thing.
at the Fight
I
Club,
remember
she-
turning myself
She tried
into
to
like.
okay.
steal purses.
I think
Right,
I was
right.
actually very successful in that.
Yeah. I think you stuck up onto like a little like balconied area
Yeah,
where some richer people were and stole some money.
yeah.
And,
Talked in some like weird, obnoxious, hoity-toity upper class accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you guys decided that Darwin was the best person to join in, and a lot of people bet a lot of money on Darwin specifically. Who was a newcomer who had very good odds for like betting on at least. And
Because I don't think it was supposed to work out, but it did.
yeah, he went up. He was like a level 5 character against a CR2 monster, which should not have ended
And
with
boom,
the monster.
ruined your economy.
He ruined all of the money in the place. You guys had to be escorted to the vault, the fight pits, and stored all their money in. And Regulus was the only one allowed in to the vault, and he got a nice little look around. But we haven't heard anything since. The location was noted though. And yeah, back to the masquerade ball. You guys got some nice duds, and head on down
Oh yeah,
to this
our fashion show.
the fashion show. I think I can't remember exactly what everyone was wearing. I just remember that Kaiya made a Knight's Tale reference. That was like the only thing I got from it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah, you met some interesting guys in there. I know that.
Oh, the
I think-
toggles.
Yeah, the wooden toggles.
Yeah.
I think Timon met a clergyman. Who we talked to for a bit.
We definitely got our portraits done.
You were your portraits done. You were. I know Gregulus was going around talking to some people, and particularly picked up on a rumor that the castle never in the center of the town was filled with unimaginable riches.
Yeah, that was thanks to Gary the racist. He told us that.
Yeah, Gary the racist. Who was probably quite drunk at this point as well. But you know,
Being drunk is never a reason to be racist, Gary.
Fucking Gary.
Darvin was sneaking around Moradai's house while we were doing this too. I don't remember if that was ever he got anything or told us about that or.
yeah, I think he had a quick look around, but he didn't really manage to get into anywhere specifically.
I also have a note here that says Darvin goes and talks to Sketchy Kevin again.
Yep.
We got some pretty
Darvin had
sweet
a
names.
Very imaginative.
Gary the racist and Sketchy Kevin. And Trevor.
Hey, you know. Yeah, I know Sketchy Kevin.
Yeah.
The other one. That was Darvin's contact
Yeah.
in the local area. Or he just got some information on the bit of information. That's where he got the information about the fight cave, I think. Fight pits.
Oh, right. So that's what I thought it was after.
I think he did go back there.
No, he went back to him for more information
Oh,
about
yeah, okay.
stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I think he went back there to get some information on Mordivel.
Right, because
So-
we derailed your entire thing by heading to the castle first. Castle River.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you guys just were like, after talking to Mordivel, he was discussing with him like how he wanted to get a few groups from like around the town, the different faction of the city, together and strike up some sort of diplomatic dealings. And you guys were like, oh yeah, sure, we can do that. But first, let's just check out this castle thing. And just decided to go straight on in. You had like a brief encounter with the guys outside. There was like a mercenary group just sort of stationed outside the castle. And you you just went straight on in. You found a ghost.
Most important part of that event was the greatest pun off ever in the library. It was off the books.
Oh my god, it was. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Real
Okay, but
page
let's just turn
turner
the
that
page
day.
on that, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you guys are on a new chapter?
God damn it. It's not getting hot.
It's just annoying for anyone else. It's hard to read.
Oh, these
So,
jokes
yeah.
What am I missing here?
give my spine tingles.
Oh my god.
What am I missing?
We're doing the
The
book
pun
puns
off.
again.
The pun off is happening. Get in here, Ty.
Alright, so that's all for tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Gonna end this early before we
Here's
get
your
too far.
recap. Here's your recap. We're done now.
Everybody go fuck yourselves.
Dan, to be fair, the recap is taking a fair amount of time. Do we want to just push through and get moving to where we are now?
I can just like quickly abbreviate everything super fast.
Cool.
Let's do that.
So you went into the castle. You met a cute ghost girl called Helga. Well, you gave her the name Helga. You went
Yep.
further down into the crypts where you fought a bunch of ghostly undead things. Eventually, killing this lovely lady with her undead beholder and all the ghosts and stuff. You released the seal on in the crypt, releasing all these different the Neverwinter 9, and they guided you back to the castle main, where you saw the king, and you were like, "Oh, let's help the king. He's a ghost still, but we could help him." And Gregor managed to free him from these bindings, and gave him the crown, which sort of cleared his mind of sorts, and he became lucid. But then you guys, as you were traveling out of the castle, you heard all this screaming and shouting. You go out to the camp, and apparently loads of people have been getting killed by these shadowy creatures. Fast forward to the next day after just chatting away, you introduced Mordivel and King Holloweth Nether
yeah,
to each
right.
other.
They've already met, right? Okay, that's good. Thank you.
They've
for that.
already
Yep.
met, and they are trying to be striking up some sort of coalition to help each other in control of the city, to make it a better place and whatnot. And you guys decided the best way to do that was to go off on shadow hunting. Traveled around the city, eventually ended up in this inn where a bunch of shadows were killing some people. You killed the shadows, and were led down by some people to the base of the Sons of Alagondor, where you met the lovely man Crixus. Got some information on the goings on in the sewers. Went off to kill the shadow creature for a fee given to you by the Sons, as well as a promise to introduce the king and the leader of the Sons of Alagondor, which is where we are now. You guys are standing outside Castle Never. I'm thinking it's probably early morning.
Morning.
You have
Got
just
it.
traveled there, and I imagine you guys are just waiting around for the leader of the Sons of Alagondor to turn up with his trusty right-hand man, Crixus. And you will introduce them both to the king and Mordai, I guess. How's everyone doing? Sorry that took so long.
No, that's fine. We've been playing for over a year.
Yeah.
Is there anyone outside the castle right now? Just us, or?
Yeah. So a quick recap of how the castle looks now. I think you would definitely notice that things look quite different. The wall that was set up around the castle, like around the courtyard, that wall had been was in quite disrepair. It was falling down in places. There were large cracks, and it seems to have been put together a bit, repaired to a degree. It seems to be standing quite nicely, with just a small entrance to fit through. And the castle appears to have been also repaired in a similar fashion. A lot of the windows have been fixed up. All the blinds that seem to be like thrown over all the windows have been removed. and the place seems to have been cleaned up pretty nicely. There are a few people like moving about, moving things in and out of the castle. You probably noticed that most of them are of tiefling descent, though there is like a bit of a mix. And you also notice that there are sort of ghosts also sort of like moving about. But they seem to be looking at more of the like sort of patrolling side of things, as they can't actually touch things, obviously.
Uh-oh, did we lose you?
No, we lost you there. Yeah, we lost you there.
I was just saying, picking up things as a ghost is pretty difficult. So they're not doing that.
True.
Well, I think we did a pretty good job on this town by the looks of things. There's now ghosts everywhere, and well, I think we just got in with some secret cult. So, good on us, guys.
Scorch, we're not meeting Mordeville here, are we? Just the king.
I believe we are, no, I think that meeting already happened, did it not?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Cool.
He might be here too.
See, here's the thing, right? If I remember, almost did your accent. If I remember,
it's up high here. It's up high here for Raquel, and it's down low here for Barack.
My bad. Wasn't it Mordeville that called the sons of the Alexandria?
The sons of Allegandor. Yeah.
That's the one. Didn't he call them a bunch of terrorists?
Well, I don't think it was quite put in those terms. He just said they were a little bit more radicalized and had an idea that they might have been the ones fit for the throne, or they had somebody that they were protecting that was a straight bloodline from this king that we just unleashed on the city. So we don't really know. Everybody seems to have different opinions on everything right now.
Cool.
I don't think Mordeville is...
All I do know is there's a bunch of fucking ghosts walking around. And people, I don't know if they're spooked by it or if they seem to be okay, but I imagine a whole number of them are gonna wondering what the fuck is going on.
Roger that.
Yeah, and I think as you guys are sort of standing around,
Somebody recognizes Gregulus and needs an autograph.
Well, funnily enough, a woman does start like walking up towards you. She has this red skin and is wearing pretty nice clothing. And Gregulus, give me an insight check to see
check.
if you can judge this woman's attention. A 14. Okay, so you're not terrible. Yeah, you look at her and you're like, is she coming for an autograph? And then you're like, well, wait, no, she looks like she's coming up for different reasons. Like, you don't notice the normal fanboyishness.
Man, that's quite far enough. Unfortunately, our star here on the left-hand side is, a little too shy for autographs at the moment. Can we help you with something?
Yes. I'm managing things around here. I was just wondering what your business was. I don't think I've seen you before, is all.
Well, and I guess you must not have been looking very hard, because we've been here for quite a while and we've been helping out all types of people. So,
sassy.
Who are you working for?
Oh, I've just recently come into town. Perhaps my brother might have mentioned me. My name is Belmire. I'm Mordeville's sister.
Perfect. We are working with Mordeville, so that's. I'm surprised he didn't say anything about us to you.
She sort of like looks at you and goes, just sort of like rolls her eyes and goes, "Yes, my brother is a strange one. He's gets caught up in things. What are all your names, please?"
My name is Raquel Proper. I'll let the other ones introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Gregolus.
My name is Rome.
Katrina.
Katrina.
I mean, like, can I like inside check this woman and see if like she actually like what her thoughts about her brother are from what she was kind of saying?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, give me an insight.
That's 6.
You know, it's typical.
She seems
sibling
pretty
stuff.
cool.
You know, you've seen siblings, and you know they always have something going on.
Actually, I probably really haven't seen a whole lot of siblings aside from my own.
You know, yeah. So yeah, she as you start reading out these names, she brings out this sort of booklet, and she starts like writing them down as you say them, and she nods and says, "Are you here to see Mr. Vel, or are you here to see our new king in town?"
Is your brother inside?
Yes, I believe Mordai and Halloweth are discussing things at the moment.
And I'll
Yeah,
We are
nudge.
good friends to both.
I'll nudge Ricky with
Yeah.
my shoulder, like.
All right. Well, yeah, we are pretty good friends to both, and we did actually set up their mating together. So, if you kind of let us in, that would be very much obliged, there, Miss.
Yes. Well, follow me. This will be the easiest way to do it. And she just starts like walking off into the castle.
Well, I guess we will go follow. No, won't we?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, and she makes her way in. And as you get into the castle, you notice the place has been cleaned up pretty nicely. The floors have that nice sheen to them, the just clean sheen.
Just clean sheen.
And a large number of the
As opposed to
cobwebs.
Charlie Sheen.
Martin.
Yeah, there's no cocaine here.
What?
And
That was a
and,
valid response.
a large number of the cobwebs that used to riddle this place have been removed. Place has been tidied up a bit. Once you get inside, there's a lot of repair work going on. One of like the pillars in like the main hall had like some cracks on it, and there's been like a scaffolding erected around it. And it looks like some of the walls and stuff are being repaired. And she leads you down, and then to the left towards one of the smaller halls. And once you enter in, you see this sort of long table, and on one side sits Halloweth Never, this ghostly figure of like this older sort of elven man with the corporeal image of the crown of Neverwinter sitting on his head. And standing beside him on either side are two of his Knights of the Nine. You probably recognize one of them as Tolvin, the one who'd done most talking to you. And sitting across from him is Mordai Vel, sitting in a chair, wearing these lush sort of like golden robes with like very sort of like degrees of color just splattered all over them. And standing next to him is his assistant, the butler, sort of that you see before, and his sister makes his way over and stands on his left shoulder and like whispers to him, and he's like sort of nods and looks up at you guys, and says, sort of stands up and goes, hello there, my friends. It's been a busy couple days. How are you all doing? I understand that you guys had got off on an expedition to look into this shadow business. How did it go? Please tell us.
We brought some light to the problem.
And like turns around to you.
Do you get it?
Well, Yeah,
Shadows
that would be
light.
pretty much exactly what happened.
And then
we
he,
did
like,
find what we
Mordai
think.
starts to go like, oh, Gregulus.
Boys, it's good to be back.
Okay, so you are best friends now. That's great.
Yes. Well, it looks like you guys up there have become quite close, so that is a good thing, I suppose. But we have figured out,
Uh-oh, you cut out.
I think,
Tyler, you cut
our
out.
shadow problem. We did go down into the sewers, and oh, am I still here?
No, you're good.
You're back.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So we did go down in the sewers, and seems like we found, hopefully, what was causing all this, and disposed of it. We'll see in the next few nights if it has actually rid the problem of the city or not. But it was an adventure, at least.
What kind of creatures were these? I understand that there was some shadow creatures, but can you enlighten us on what sort, at least?
Do you
Oh,
look
well,
straight at creatures and know what they are? Is that a thing that you can do?
Oh no, you guys just seemed very capable. I didn't know if you had encountered anything like this before.
It seems as though they were demons of some sort.
Yes.
Demons.
Oh, they were from a different plane.
That is worrying. I understand that you are aware of the demonic presence in part of the city. I understand that you talked to General Sabine about it and assisted her.
Yeah, we haven't talked to General Sabine about that one. We talked to her about the original one, but that's going to be our next stop.
Yes. I understand she's looking for help of sorts, but I've been talking to Halloweth here, and I think we have come to an understanding of sorts. As he sees it, he certainly would like to assist the city, and I feel that he would be a great leader, but he is a leader from a time long gone and might struggle in certain ways. And I think with my assistance, we can certainly, as a team, provide Neverwinter with the leadership that it needs. And we had actually planned to introduce Halloweth here to the city. Perhaps once we reach midday, they're preparing a platform for him to give a speech for, just up on the walls over there. If you wish to stick around for that, feel free. You guys have been a tremendous help to the city, and
So wait, it's a plan to set the city right again, right?
Oh, of course. And Halloweth sort of stands up, and this voice comes
Can
out.
I do an insight? Can I do an insight check on that? Of
Hey,
course.
hey.
Oh, sorry.
I got dibs.
Do you get
Okay.
dibs? Is
Right.
that just...
I mean, you can both roll insight if you want.
Are we gonna fight over the checks for the rest of the night?
Yes. Oh,
Bam! Both nailed it.
19.
21.
And, yeah. Was it 14 or 21?
21.
Is
14 was
one
the first
14?
one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the other one I did already.
All right. Okay.
I would say that you probably get the impression that he's telling the truth. Like
But there's more to it than what he's saying.
Yeah, like he obviously wants the city to do well. He's not planning on. It doesn't seem like he's like scheming some awful like city destroying thing.
But like maybe he's setting himself up to be in a good position to profit off of all that.
Yeah, you get the impression that that he's not. Maybe he isn't doing this purely out of the goodness of his heart, but
I mean,
Yeah,
to be fair, who really is?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I was just more worried about the
Also,
righteousness.
just as a side note, evil people don't think they're doing evil. They think they're doing what's right. So let's keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, of course. And yeah, Halloweth stands up and says, Regulus, I must thank you. I believe that you were one that freed me specifically, and your gang of friends has been of great help. If I had space on my 9, I would offer you a place, though having a living dwarf in a group of ghosts might be a strange one, certainly. This whole situation is but a strange one for me, as I imagine it's very strange for you. We tended not to welcome ghosts when I was alive, though being a ghost now, it's something I'm glad of that you have welcomed me in this way.
So wait, when you were alive, were ghosts actually like a common enough occurrence that you were actually like against ghosts?
I mean, the undead is a thing.
Like in day-to-day life? Because I gotta say, like, you are first ghost.
Miss Peg, I believe it is.
Katrina.
Oh, right. Okay, introduce yourself as Katrina.
Well, no, I introduced her to the sister. I'm just losing track of who I'm introducing myself with a new fake name now.
Yeah, okay, super confused.
No, wait, it's Peg. No. You know what, it's fine.
Yes. When I was alive, I saw a great many things. Wizards of a certain, like, summoning up spirits of the dead.
Okay, I didn't actually ask for your life story. It's fine, don't worry. I just ignore the fact that I asked.
King, I
actually literally don't actually care.
King, remember we talked about the wildly one, right?
Right.
Yeah. That is quite an honor. But I'm just a lowly dwarf, and
Are you
I
having
don't.
a stroke?
Yes. Shut up, Peg. I don't know what to offer you in return. I do have some extra ale, and maybe we can hang out. We're just a group of adventurers looking for further work, and yeah, I'm not very good at this. You want to
Do
drink?
you have a weird issue with authority?
Shut up, Peg.
Perhaps you can thank him with a song.
Oh yeah, well we've been working on one. We've been writing one together.
A song of these times would certainly go a long way to making it more normal, I think.
Our concern is just making sure that the city is righted in an upright manner. Nailed it.
Well, if what you say about these shadows is true, and their presence is gone, I believe with me and Mordai working together, I see no reason why the city cannot prosper.
Ricky, do we know for sure they're gone?
What's that? The shadow people?
Yeah.
Well, we seem to think so. I think we're going to know on the next couple nights if they come back or not. But it seemed like that really big one that we took out was kind of the leader. So, banishing him to a separate plane, which I believe I did with some of the holy oil that I poured on him, from my experience, seems to do well. So at least I think we've held them off, or at least staved them off for a bit.
Isn't this guy like incredible? He's such a humble leader. He like doesn't even want to be our leader, but this is why he's our leader.
Your Highness, there is one other bit of issue here. We were aided in defeating these demons, these shadows, by a group that Mr. Vale, I think you're well aware of, the Sons of Elagondor.
Actually, give me an insight check. Do a advantage though, because you're clearly looking out for it.
Alright. 19.
Yeah. As soon as you mention the name, Mordai gets this look of sort of disgust on his face. He doesn't really try to hide it at all. His butler friend seems to be standing there pretty calmly. He doesn't seem to be reacting to much of the situation. He's just sort of standing there at attention. And you also notice his sister standing there. As you say it, she sort of looks at you for a brief second, and then as you continue talking, she just sort of gets up and just starts walking out of the room.
Is there some kind of issue with them? I meant to understand there's a few splinter groups and they don't all feel the same way.
Mordai sort of tries to lessen the look on his face, and he says yes. The Sons have been around for a short while. They're a group who believe that the true blood of the Elagondor line should be ruling the city.
Isn't he the? I mean, he doesn't have any blood, but isn't he the true blood? Yeah.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, the man in particular that we worked with. I think you were cutting out.
Yeah, I cut out. Sorry.
Well, honestly, the man that we were working with didn't seem to think too much of this. That part of it, that was maybe what he started with, but he's just trying to do right by the city like the rest of you.
Mordai sort of nods and he says, yes, I do understand that the Sons have a few different groups. Revolutionaries such as themselves tend to have warring ideas within themselves, especially when they have no singular leader. I'm unsure how exactly they will react to the presence of our king here. He certainly is a previous king of Neverwinter. However, he is not related to this Elagondor. Elagondor was a human king who eventually took up control of the city after the Never family had fallen when they were sieged by these orcs. The Elagondor family came in and rebuilt the city and has kept it that way since. So their reaction to our king here may be strange, depending on.
I mean, probably everybody's reaction to this king will be strange.
Yeah, he sort of kind of laughs a little bit in there. He says, yes, it's an odd situation, certainly. We just have to hope that the people want what's best for the city.
What is best?
I think what's best is to have some stability. This city has been going through a great deal of turbulence the last few decades, and to have some sort of stability in leadership and a bit more confidence in the city as a whole would certainly go a long way to making it a better place.
It's always been my opinion that that's one of the great benefits of a monarchy. It's stability for the people.
Yes.
And just make sure you rule justly if you're going to do it, because I don't want to be coming back here with 20 fucking people hanging from the rafters every 20 or 2 blocks. And that doesn't seem to be nice for anybody.
No, I do think that some of the first things we will need to set up is
Another festival?
festivals can certainly be arranged. However, I was more leaning on a system of justice within the city.
It's not as exciting.
Yes, I am afraid festivals will certainly be happening, but I feel like a legal system of sorts is what the city most needs.
Just from being around it, I would say you're not incorrect.
Yes, even before the Lord Protector passed away, the Mintons who tried to control the city didn't have technical, they didn't have like a jail they could throw people in. Their methods were largely left up to them, and it was fairly unfair, I would say, the way they treated criminals. You could have.
I'd say if you go ahead.
I was just going to say you could have one man arrest you for stealing an apple, and he would give you a. Oh, did I cut out again?
Nope.
Nope. You could have one man arrest you for stealing an apple, and he would give you a simple slap on the wrist. A different man may chop your hand off. Was a strange way of doing justice, I felt.
That's what happens when you have mercenaries doing your justice system for you. My recommendation would be to get some local militias set up here and pay them good wages so that they want to stick around and try and handle some of the issues in the city. I'm sure you have lots of people looking for work here that this might work out well for them.
Yes, I believe our first step would be to promote General Sabine to an official position rather than her being a leader of the Mintons. She has expressed that she would be willing to accept this position, and then we could set them up with official positions as guards of the city that they would be held to. And of course, some of them may wish to leave back to the Isles that they have come from, but I think the city will be better for it.
Just as an aside, I would like to mention that Peg is currently backing very slowly and sneakily out the door.
Yeah.
Can I see if I can see that? Because Timon kind of tries to keep an eye on her to make sure she's not getting into trouble.
Can I roll a stealth check?
Yeah, give me a stealth roll. Timon, give me a perception check.
Perception, sure.
I got a 19.
Oh, Jesus. 21!
Oh, such a bitch!
Yeah, I'm imagining, like, sort of Peg sort of quietly sort of, like, taking a step back, and she, like, gets all the way to the door, and, like, right as you're opening the door, you feel this hand, like, grip down onto you, and Tim is just standing there.
Daddy style. What?
Oh, that got weird. Don't say daddy. Daddy's a weird word now. You can't use that.
Especially when it's like Peg and Timon, that's just.
So I would kind of like give her a look, not like a I'm mad at you, look, but like, you need to go. Like, are you
so
okay or?
bored. This is literally the worst thing in the entire world. I just need to leave.
All right, I think the other two can handle it. I'll go with you and I'll maybe guide you around a little bit.
I guess. Okay,
I'd say you two
whatever.
are fine to leave. We'll finish this up.
Thank you for your permissions.
You are more than welcome, miss. I would. I don't even know if I call you a miss.
Can I roll an inside check on whether he actually picked up on my sarcasm and ignored it?
I think it's pretty obvious.
I mean, if you want, but
I mean, given Peg's inability to really like actually read people properly, I wouldn't say it's obvious, but
It's up to you, I think.
yeah, I got a 4.
Rip.
Yeah, you don't pick
you
up on that
can't.
at all.
It's up to you. You do not know.
I am leaving.
All right.
I just continue to walk out the door.
And I'll let her go on about wandering wherever she wants, but I'm just gonna keep an eye on her.
It's evening, correct?
No, it's early in the morning.
Is it early in the morning? Okay, I'm going to go down to the ocean and maybe do some fishing. Slash, swimming in the water with my mouth open and just like hoping something flies in there. Hey.
I'm not doing it.
Are you going with Timon?
Yeah, I'll let her do whatever she wants to do. Just keeping an eye on her, make sure she's not getting into trouble.
You just see her breaching out of the water with like this bloody fish, and all you hear is "Ah!"
Are you down by the docks, like by the ocean, or are you like in the river?
I'd see ocean. I am more ocean dweller.
Do you have the map of Neverwinter? Can you put that on the screen? Do you still have it in there?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I feel like if it's close by, like the most convenient place is to go like where I usually go, where the river, the ocean.
Yeah. It's pretty close to the castle. It's not like a far away. Rakal and Greglis, you're left with the king and Mordai. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up?
Yeah. So, listen, guys. I think you guys might have it here for the next little bit, and we're getting a little itchy to get out of town. So, do you have any work that might need done in some of the cities around the area? Emissaries needing sent? Any of that fun stuff that we might be able to,
or do you need some
make a
help
little
with
coin
some?
doing?
Do you need some help with some marketing strategies?
Yeah, sure. Whatever he said.
I believe that Mr. Neverhair, or Lord Neverhair, sorry, he sort of like bows his head to him as he says what. He's been a leader for quite a while. I think his personal marketing I can leave up to him. As for jobs around the city, I don't believe
not around the city. Outside the city. Do you need us to go up to up north or down south or out east or somewhere that isn't here, because we're getting a little antsy in this town? I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, certainly, we've been planning on sending some messengers, primarily to Waterdeep, but also to some of the other local cities.
Perfect.
Along the
Waterdeep. That's my
coast.
hometown.
Just to inform them of the current situation of Neverwinter. If you wish to travel with these, you may. We're also sending a ship out to the Minton Isles and some of the other different islands out to the east, the west rather.
I like some islands.
I think the islands might be a good idea, because I know Peg has something that she needs to figure out there. So, yeah, the islands. What do you need us to do in the islands?
Oh, we were simply going to transport the Mentons who wish to leave back to their home and continue to spread information of the new owner, the new king rather of Neverwinter.
All right. Well, how about you get us a good ship that could hold itself up in the sea and possibly in a battle, and some Mentons to ride with, just to make sure that we can hold our own out there, and we'll take them back for you.
Oh, well, that would be very helpful. I understand that the Moonshade Islands are certainly a dangerous place to travel to. Obviously, you'll have a group of locals with you, so I can't imagine anything too terrible will happen, but you never know with these sorts of things.
That's
We
true.
can have that ready for you. I believe we should have a ship ready in a couple days.
That sounds perfect. We'll tie up our loose ends here and be ready to rock out on the ship.
Okay, that seems like a good idea. Do you have any other things to add, Halowith? And he sort
Oh
of,
wait, or how much are you gonna pay us for that gig?
he's sort of, you see like a little smile creeping, and he goes, yes, payment, of course. Currently, I do not know how many people we will be transporting. So, how about I say, how does 100 gold a head sound for each mercenary?
100 gold a head. You know what? That sounds pretty good. What do you think? What do you think, there, little one?
Who you calling little? Shiny boy.
You.
It sounds good to me. I just need more time with the
Alright.
king to finish writing this song. And I got a few things around town I'd like to do. But he said we have a couple
Alright, well,
days,
we got
right?
a couple days anyway. Yep. So I will leave you guys to your own devices then, which I almost regret because. I
As
know
he
you
says
two are
that, I'm
gonna have
pulling
some
a
drinks,
giant, like a gallon of ale out of the bag of holding.
and that's my cue to go. So I will leave you guys to it, and I will walk out the door.
Alright. And yeah, Gregor's, what are you discussing?
Well,
You
for
just-
this, for the sake of brevity, I think
Yep.
you and I can work on some lore maybe, and like outside of offline, we can work out some lore and go from there.
Alright,
And
yeah,
we
that
can write
sounds
a
fine.
song.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I can just like we can just like let you know some of the things you maybe learn from the king.
Perfect.
Yeah, Mordai doesn't stick around very long. Once everyone leaves, he probably just goes over a couple quick things for like the next time they should meet, and he gets up and makes his way out, leaving
there-
you two together.
Are we now taking turns and talking about like what we want to do before we go, or what's the plan now?
So in a short time, the leader of the Suns is going to arrive. He's going to sort of like come up to the castle.
Oh shit! And Ricky left.
I mean, Ricky goes out. I don't know. Where do you go, Ricard?
Well, I'm gonna. I thought they were gonna be drinking.
Don't worry.
Carrying on, so I did
I
leave.
can put my finger to my ear and message him.
As long as I'm within 100 feet, yeah. Oh, you can't do it. No, you can't fucking do that, you idiot. Oh, never mind, I'm the idiot.
I can do it. I have messaged
can.
the cantrip.
Oh, do you? Oh, do you? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have been doing it. You guys just happen to be close enough to me that you can hear me. Because I don't
I
know how to
gotcha, I
whisper.
I gotcha.
Oh, I wonder if you hear it in like stereo or doubled up. Anyway,
Maybe.
Squatch, Ricky. The other leaders here. The
Which one? The one?
Jorti Alouetta.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm beelining my way right back there.
Roger that. Oh, that's the other character.
Yeah, I imagine like as the day goes on, it gets to maybe sort of like early afternoon when uh, one of you maybe notices Arlon walking up with Crixus in tow, walking up to the castle. I don't know if anyone was like waiting outside for him, or are you just waiting inside the castle?
Well, maybe Ricky's like meeting him outside or something.
Yeah.
I'd probably, well, yeah, I'd probably see him. I'd probably walk past him if they were heading in there.
Yeah, and yeah, he like comes up and he if you're standing there, Ricky, he says, "Hey there, Ricky. I come to cash out on the promise you gave me about meeting this king of yours."
All right. Yes. Well, he's just in there with Mordivel, so you can catch them right now. There seem to be.
No, I think Mordivel
we were
left.
just in there.
Yeah, Mordivel
Really?
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. I completely lied about that. Mordivel is not in there. It is just the king and
Plus, they don't like each other.
and
so
our
you
little
shouldn't-
dwarf friend.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't say any of that. Hopefully, I don't know.
Do the reverse thing again.
All right. So yeah, just head in there. Gregolis is in there, and so's the king, and I'm gonna come in right behind you.
Very good. Yeah, and Crix has probably said something about he wonders how ghost women do when they're being plowed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, wow, okay, all right.
I cast comprehend languages on myself once again, just so I know what he's talking about.
Still doesn't quite make sense, but sure.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. As you head in, you probably come in seeing Gregolis and Hallowith having a couple drinks, and Arlong comes in, and he stands there and takes this like deep bow, and says, "My name is Arlon Bladeshaper. I assisted your friends here in the slaying of the shadows. It's a great honor to meet you, Lord Never." And the ghost sort of looks across at him, and then back to you, Gregolis, and
I
asks
just nod.
you.
I just nod.
Yeah, you just nod.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And he says, "Stand up, son." And Arlon sort of like stiffens up, and Hallowith says, "Come forwards." And Arlon, sorry, walks up to the table, and Hallowith says, You assisted these men with the slaying of the shadow?" And Arlon sort of nods and says, "Yes, my man, my right-hand man, Crix, here, helps them slay it on the information my group had found. The creature had taken up a home down in the sewers and had killed many of my men, but with the help of these brave soldiers, we were able to defeat it." And Hallowith sort of nods and asks you, Gregolis, "Is this what the man says true?"
Yeah, the big one, and he talks funny, but he can fight.
He can fight. We'll give him that, but you generally can't. Tell
Surprisingly,
much of what
doesn't
he's
say
talking
anything.
He doesn't like skeletons.
Yeah,
That's not
he's
true. He
weird
really
with
likes to
skeletons.
bone. I'm out.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Wow.
So the Sons of Algondar did help us out, or at least Crixus did with us with the shadows down there. They are pretty helpful, and if you guys can all get along, I think it might be helpful for the whole city if the 3 organized factions can at least take care of a neighborhood each or something like that.
Mm. Yes, it's something definitely to keep in mind. Tell me, Arlon, what do you think your best talents are as a leader, at least? And Arlon sort of stands there and sort of thinks for a second, and sort of looks around a bit, and says, I never really thought of myself as a great leader. A previous leader before me was assassinated, and our group was broken up into 2 sides. One wished to try to control the city through violence, but hey, I didn't think that was the right thing to do. And I've honestly just tried to keep my men safe while trying to help the city, which isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. We don't exactly have the best reputation. I can't say I'm a great leader at all. I just try my best. And yeah, Halloweth sort of sits there and nods, and sort of thinks for a second and says, what do you think of me as the king of the city? A ghostly figure from thousands of years ago. And Alon sort of laughs a little bit and says, well, it's a bit weird, but the world is a weird place sometimes. I think if you do the job well, then why not? And Halweth sort of nods again and says, how would you like to work under me then?
Yeah.
And Alon sort of looks sort of like shocked and sort of looks at you, Gregulus, like, it's me to work there? I'm like, did you say anything, or you just sort of...
No, I'm not really gonna say anything. I'm just gonna politely
Wait,
nod.
who's asking
at
who to
him.
work underneath them?
The king is asking
Halloweth
Arlon.
is, right? Yeah.
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 Right. Okay, yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of nod because I don't really know about Arlon and these guys. I'm just going with it.
Yep. Alright. And Alon sort of says, I would have to talk with my men, but I would be happy to work under you, at least.
Yeah, hi. Sorry,
Yep.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, Halloweth sort of nods and says, good. I think the more honest people we have on our side, the better. And
Can I make a perception check or an insight check on how Arlen reacted to the king saying that? Did we lose you?
yeah, I'm like cutting out. Did you say an insight check on Arlon, right?
Yeah, or a perception check, like a body language check, or just to see how he reacted to him saying honest people.
It'd be insight.
Okay. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, roll an insight. A 12. Yeah. I think when he says honest, I think the impression you get from Harlon is kind of it's a strange sort of thing. It's hard to pinpoint what sort of emotions he's having.
Mm-hmm.
You probably pick up on maybe like a little bit of guilt of some sort, but it's hard to say. He sort of nods his head and thanks Halloweth for the offer, and says, yeah, he'll talk to his men and come back with the ones who wish to join him, at least.
Okay.
And then he sort of like turns and walks out, and sort of like as he gets to the door, he sort of stops and like turns around and bows again, and leaves.
Oh my god, he did the turnaround.
Alright. So yeah, what do you guys want to do now? How is things going down at the docks with Tim and Peg?
How are things going? What are you doing, Peg?
Sorry, just a sec. And probably still like just hanging out in the water. It's been like a long time since I've been able to have a swim.
I imagine Timon has taken his boots off and he's kind of sitting over the edge of the dock with his knees are over and his feet are kind of dangling in the water, but he's just kind of laying there, laying back the rest of the way, just listening to Peg splashing around and maybe trying to have a little bit of a conversation. Yeah.
Do 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 do. Third whip on your ankle.
Oh god.
Actually, wait.
Okay.
I don't want like
That's
a
fine.
damaged thorn whip. I want to actually just
pull me in the water.
Drag him into the water.
Yeah, sure. Give me a strength check with advantage because you're probably catching him off balance.
Oh, totally.
Oh, would I not just be rolling for the thorn whip?
Oh, if you're doing a thorn whip, sure. Yeah, you can do that as well.
Okay, just
Can do it.
give me a second. With advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Surprising him. Unless
Sorry, 1 second.
you wanted to not be surprised.
It's 23.
Yeah, no, that gets me.
Yep.
Pulls you 10 feet into the water.
Okay, and I'm wet.
Hey.
Yeah, there's like
What's
10
going on
like,
tonight?
flashes out.
Well, I wasn't totally not expecting that, but better yet to be messing with me than someone else. At least I know what to expect from you.
Well, that reaction wasn't actually all that fun.
You don't want to reward bad behavior with giving them attention they want.
Oh, that's way too just
Parental.
Daddy,
Yes.
you can say it.
Yeah.
Stop it!
So what do you think, Peg? So what do you think, Peg? Where are we gonna find these slavers?
I don't know. I mean, like, I remember what they're called, but I don't know anything about them.
Wonder.
Maybe we should ask.
I mean, down here by the docks might be the place to look around.
Probably yes.
Would we see anywhere where there's? Do we see a pirate ship? I mean, that would be pretty easy if we did. But yeah.
Or like, I feel like the shady
Dive
individuals that we've had dealings with in the past may know something about the backbone flavors.
I imagine the part of docks, the docks you're in at the moment, most of the ships around you look to be sort of merchant ships of sort, trading goods, or they're like fishing boats, with just a large number of like crates and stuff with
So like a
suspicious stuff going
decided
on.
lack of shady individuals.
Yeah, it doesn't look super shady. It's like way too early in the morning, honestly. Like, if you want to see all the pirates, you need to come down like a bit later in on the evening.
I could maybe talk to what was her name? The tattoo lady that I am learning of.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Does anybody remember her name?
Oh, I've got it written down here somewhere. One sec. Oh my god.
I can't imagine Pig as a character would remember her name either.
If
Yeah.
you know where to find the place, we can just go there.
Yeah, we could probably just go talk to her. I feel like it's probably a little bit embarrassing if I don't know what her name is. What's up?
Mama. Wait, no, that's no.
No,
that's
Mama
not-
Varushka is my mama.
Yeah. Jesus, what am I saying? I don't even know. That's what I had. Oh, Sally. Yes, that's the one.
Sally.
Oh my god,
Right.
another one.
Sally. Can I roll to see if I remember it at all?
Sure. Yeah. Give me like an intelligence roll.
Okay. Wait just a second. Scrolling up.
Anything below like a 10.
I got
So you
11.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
you-
we should go talk to Sally.
Yeah,
Just
well,
the ref
I mean, it seems
It's
like the type of
probably
person
worth a
that,
shot.
it's the type of person that might have an idea.
Alright,
You know,
so yeah,
because those tattooed individuals are so shady.
Well, you never know what the clientele might be like down here at the docks. And
Yeah, let's go do that.
as we are walking there, as we're getting close, I want to cast Detect Evil.
Detect evil.
Just Detect Evil. There we go.
In 10 minutes, any creatures with evil intent within 120 feet. Okay. Okay, cool.
And do I get any pings at all?
I would say at this point, no. Like right as you cast it, you don't get any sort of peg off it.
Okay. And also, I'll note that in particular, I'm looking to see if I get a ping off of Peg.
Okay. I think I'll leave that up to Peg. If you have any evil intentions, I don't think you do, but
So I'll read you the
mean, like-
spell. It says,
Okay.
for the duration, you know if there is any creature with evil intent within 120 feet.
So, I mean, that's. I feel like that's complicated because, like,
It is.
I would class her as still as chaotic evil, essentially as her like alignment. However, I actually no, it's not even that complicated. Her intentions are never evil. She's doing what she has been brought up to feel is right or good. I mean, like, really, at the end of the day, no evil character, I think, would necessarily have actual evil intentions. That's a weird thing.
I think the way the spell is like written out, I believe it would be detecting intentions like the intent to like kill, murder, steal, anything like that.
I
If someone
mean,
has
like,
that,
really,
like,
at the end of the
immediate
day, that
trigger,
probably
you
is
would
going to
detect
ping
that.
right off your, like, it's just like a ding, 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 ding. But, like the intention behind it is not inherently good or bad.
Okay.
And
Yep,
she's
no,
not
that's-
currently trying to kill anybody. I mean, like, obviously there's, like, her feeling about the people that we are currently trying to find is, like, definitely burn them all down. But, like,
Yeah, you don't have like immediate intentions to like kill someone.
It's no, and I mean,
if something crops
it is
up,
a
I'm
very
not going to...
it is kind of a very complicated
Mhm.
wording
Like,
of the spell, but
Also, the system in D&D is very, like, it's very oversimplified for what it actually is within the game.
right, and they're working on that.
Yeah.
The thing I would point
is
out
cool.
is that this is just like a level 1 spell. It's not gonna detect someone like planning to overthrow the king by like worming his way in and like doing all that stuff. It's literally just going to detect someone like in the moment, like planning harm on someone else in that moment, sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so like I have
That's
no
the way I read
intention
it.
to be like killing anybody at this point in time.
Okay. That's fair.
But yeah, it lasts like 10 minutes, so that'll be running along. And you make your way towards Sally's Tattoos. I can't remember if I gave her place a name, but it's going to be Sally's Tattoos for now.
I mean, that's fair. It's easy to remember.
Yeah. I feel like there's like a joke in there, like Sally on your tats or something. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, you go in and you see this. Paige, you see the familiar face of Sally.
Big
Timon,
Tatty Sally.
you you see this large orc lady covered in these different tattoos. They sort of snake all the way over. She's wearing pretty simple clothes, but they seem to be like displaying all the tattoos on like her shoulders and arms and stuff. And
Sally, hello.
yeah, you sort of greet her, and she turns around and goes, "Ah, it's Peg. Pal, I haven't seen you in so long. I don't even
I
know
feel
how
like
long
been,
it's
like,
been.
maybe a week.
'Cause it feels like it's been years."
Your perception of time is probably pretty terrible, hey?
It's been.
Do you just sit in the shop and do tattoos? Is
short
that
time.
like how
I
time
imagine
goes
you've
by
been
for you?
like dropping in as well to get like tattooing like ideas.
Sure, that would be great.
There's
I mean, if that means I can like work on my my ability to use the tattoo machine, I will not pass that up.
I feel like you've been practicing it a little bit whenever you
Cool.
can. And she sort of greets you and says, sort of like bows down and sort of whispers to you, says, "Who's the strapping lad you brought with you? Is this
You
test
mean
test
Captain-
subject of yours?"
Captain Goody Two Shoes? No, he probably would not do tattoos. But I mean, if you can hold him down and let me tattoo him, I will not be mad about it.
We already have a tattoo peg.
Do you?
Right, yeah.
She sort
Is
of
that-
looks at Tim and then goes like, "Oh, I'll hold him down. Don't worry."
Oh wow!
Timon is speechless.
I mean, like, if you guys want me to leave you for a little bit, you can. I can go.
Well, didn't we come here to ask some
I'm
questions?
just missing you, Peg.
Right, totally. Actually, we're here for the. So, do you remember I was asking about a pirate ship named the Sea Bitch? I'm pretty sure I asked.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I did ask a few of my people I know. Was a ship that came in here a few times. Some of the people I know have heard of it, but they haven't seen it in a while.
So, I think that I kind of found it, but the captain, Mama Verushka, she's missing, and I was wondering if you've ever heard of a group of people. I lost my notes. The backbone slavers, the blackbone slavers, and where I might be able to find them.
She sort of like looks at you as you say her name, and she like sort of like rushes like over to the door and sort of like opens it a crack and like sort of looks out, and then like closes it and like locks it. And as she looks at you, Peg goes, "Why did
I think you cut out.
hear that name?"
Sorry, you cut out. What did you say? Dan?
He's
Hello?
gone.
Hello, Dan. We lost you.
Dan?
Damn it,
If you can
Dan!
hit-
Where'd you go?
Hello.
D&D Beyond, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah,
Come on,
you're back.
You're back. Okay, what did she say?
D-
Oh no.
So-
Restart the app.
Sorry.
You're still breaking up.
Unfortunately, you never roll well with it.
Okay, I have not rolled terribly more than twice in this session.
Do we want
All
to?
of my other rolls have been fine.
Do we want
Let's
to
take
take a break?
quick break. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
this might be
Yeah.
as good a time as any.
Yeah. Well, Dan gets
Okay.
his shit figured out.
Cool. Yeah. So last we left off, you had asked Sally if she knew anything about the Iron Fist. What was it? No.
No, the black bones.
Black
Bone
Bones,
slavers.
yeah.
Slavers, yeah.
Yeah, Iron Fist is Gregor's clan. That would be bad.
Ooh.
And the black
We're
bones.
going to kill them all.
Black bones are my enemies.
So yeah, you've asked her about the Black Bones clan, and she's freaked out and gone to like check the door. She's like opened the door and like looked around, and like closed it and like put a bolt lock through it. And she looks back at you, and she says, "Peg, where did you hear that name?"
I heard it from a guy who I tortured and then snapped his neck.
She sort of looks at you and goes, Was he working with them?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, jeez, you're in some serious stuff, Peg.
And I kind of like roll my eyes, like you have no idea, lady.
Yeah. And she sort of sits. She sort of walks back and like sits down in like the chair that she normally like does the people with like getting their tattoos normally sit in. She has like
and
a
then
little stool
I
next to her.
set his ship on fire. Just it was a
That
good
was
day.
the ship
Yeah, it was that
burnt
ship.
down.
Probably.
Oh.
I don't imagine there were any other ships that burned down.
Yeah, no, just that one. That explains a lot. A lot of people were confused about why that ship burnt down. Okay.
Honestly, on our side of it, there were some people that were confused about why it burnt down as well.
She sort of looks at you like, what the fuck? Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna ask. And says, well, if you'd already burnt down one of their ships, I guess I should really tell you who they are. The Black Bones clan are sort of it's a dwarven clan. They do a lot of business, but business. It's just like she sort of like gives you like the eyebrows.
I don't understand. You said business twice.
I think they're slavers, Peg.
Pretty boy, help me out here.
I mean, like it's in the name.
No, I mean, they're not just
They're
slaves.
called
though.
Black Bone Slavers.
No, it's not in the name. They're just called the Black Bones clan. Some of them might be slavers, though.
Okay.
They just.
That's what I had written down. I'm assuming maybe that guy that I killed said Black Bone Slavers.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that they were slavers working for the Black Bones clan. Yeah, she sort of sits and says, yeah, they do various dealings. They tend to just do things that make the most money.
Ooh, as an
illegal
aside,
things.
do I know the name of the slavers that had me? Were they the same people?
It's a tough one because I don't think they would like outright.
I mean, they
tell
probably
you.
wouldn't actually just like say the name, but maybe like I overheard it or like.
I'm gonna say you probably didn't. I'm gonna
Okay.
imagine that the attack that happened on your ship
Uh-huh.
was probably they didn't have any markings, and once you
Okay.
were captured, you were probably like bound up and
Was-
like had a bag over your head sort of style, so you didn't know where
Okay.
you were going.
Would there have been like? Would I have ever seen like what race they might have been, or whether it was a mixed bag, or?
I think the group that attacked you might have been probably predominantly human with like other sort of races
Okay.
mixed in.
Okay.
It wasn't like all dwarves
Okay.
or anything like that.
Cool.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she continues and says, they tend to just be out for money. That they're a pretty rich clan, as you can imagine. They deal in whatever they can, as far as I understand. People, drugs, weaponry. I know they've been involved in some trade of dodgy magical items, cursed items sometimes. They've been known to hire out groups for guards and whatnot. They've got their fingers in a lot of pies, is what I'm trying to say.
This is a really weird analogy.
I mean, dwarves love pies, I imagine. They look like the sort. They're always a bit chubby, right?
It's a little bit racist. Also, I feel like you're making judgments based on body type. And, I mean, I don't want to make any judgments on your body type, but like,
Oh, this is all muscle peg, and she like slaps her like belly. It's probably a lot of muscle, you feel like, but you know.
you look great.
And yeah, she sort of nods, and yeah, that's about all I know. They don't exactly advertise their services around here,
So,
unless you
do
know people, of course.
you know where they might be?
I mean,
Or a direction I can head?
around
just-
here.
I mean, like anywhere. I just need to. I need to. My
Hey.
mama was taken. I don't know how
Mama.
because she is a badass lady who takes no shit from anyone, but somehow apparently they have her.
I'm sure this mama of yours is a tough lady, but these guys don't exactly play fair. Like, they're not gonna just.
You make the assumption that she plays fair at all too. And you're like, really? At the end of the day, her ship is called the Sea Bitch. Does that sound like a fair lady to you?
Right, yeah. I don't get out with these like pirate sorts or whatnot. I tend to keep my business above board rather than below.
Frankly, I'm surprised.
Hey, people want needles being stuck in their skin. They want someone that's not quite that shady, you know. You get a bitch, and you look at her, and she's like a giant orc lady covered in all these tattoos. She looks pretty shady.
Wow, that is a judgment right there.
Hey, I mean, you get that impression.
I think she's
just-
great.
Timon
No
would definitely get
judgments
that
here.
impression. Timon
Yeah, I
gets
feel
that
like-
impression.
I feel like Timon would get that impression.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, this lady is badass and I love her. She
Look,
seems like an upstanding individual who would deal with all the people that I would also consider dealing with.
Yeah. I know where they might be
Where?
involved.
I need to know.
Okay.
And you just see like
can't-
her, like Peg's eyes just like start flashing different colors.
Yeah. Okay. You're scary. I get it. Just
I'm-
don't mention me ever. This
Why would I
came
mention
from.
you?
I don't
You're
know. If you get captured and they start torturing you for a long time, just don't mention me.
you assume that torture works on me.
I'm not here to judge. Anyway,
We are good. You are friends. I would never give you up to these people.
there's
In fact, I plan on ripping them limb from limb very slowly so they feel each tear.
there's this place in town. You might have heard of it. It's called the Snake Pits. It's like a fighting pit of sorts.
Yes.
They
We
take
have
fights.
been there.
Oh, you've been there. Great.
Yeah.
Kind of a front for some other things.
Surprising.
One of them, yeah, it's not a great place to be in to begin with, but you ask the certain people the correct things, and they take you through to like a different room. These are all rumors. I don't know this. I've never been there. Not really my style. But yeah, they bring you back, and there are, I think, auctions of sorts. I'm not really sure. I feel like I've heard the name Blackbones mentioned there. They have some sort of link, but that's all I really know.
That's very helpful. We've got a friend that, knowing that, we could maybe get him to do some asking around. I'll bet he could come up with the right passwords and whatnot to get us into that special room there.
I just so goes. Oh, okay. Thank God, because I don't want to get involved in this above my pay grade.
You've been more than helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. These muscles are all for show. This baby doesn't even like to hurt people.
Pig just moves up unexpectedly, very quickly, which is probably pretty intimidating or menacing, and just gives her a hug.
Oh yeah. She's probably she's sitting in one of those chairs that sort of leans back, and as you jump on her, she sort of tips back, and the thing goes flat almost. And you're just giving her a hug. He's like, oh, this is nice. She sort of pats you on the back and stuff.
That's
I can't imagine I'm tall enough to not have a face full of tits right now.
Oh yeah, you're just right in there,
Just right up in there. Thank you very much, Sally. I really appreciate it. I need to find my mama.
Let's go find the rest of them, Peg.
Anytime, Peg. Anytime.
Okay, have a good day. I'm going to go kill some people now.
Not so loud.
Don't kill the wrong people, though, Peg.
Okay, bye.
Just look after her, pretty boy. Okay.
Why? Gods, I'm trying. Just so exasperated.
Yeah. Alright, and you guys leave.
Yep.
Alright, cool. And you gotta make your way back to the castle, I guess.
Yeah, see if the other two are wrapped up.
Alright, cool, yeah. I'm imagining the meeting probably comes to an end around this sort of time. And I don't know what Greglis is doing, if you stay with Halloweth, or if you then leave after Arlon leaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with him. You said it's gonna be a couple days before we leave out, right? So we have an opportunity to go into the city.
Yeah, you have a couple days.
Then in that case, yeah, I'll hang with him for the night. We started drinking, and I'll probably pick his brain, and we'll talk about more stuff in terms of lore for my song.
Alright, yeah, sure. Cool. And yeah, Peg and Timon, you guys come back to find Greglis drinking away with Halloweth. Regulus just seems to be like getting drunker and drunker, but Hallowith doesn't seem affected by the alcohol at all. But you obviously don't know if that's just Regulus being loud, so you know.
And, sorry, where's Raquel? Did we see him?
That's because
or-
he's a ghost. I'm assuming I went up to my quarters in the castle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or no,
yeah,
I'm
were
gonna go.
we given,
I'm gonna go.
rooms there?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were.
you were given rooms.
Yeah.
That just kind of there's enough space in
Fancy.
the castle that you're just allowed to have a room if you want.
So as we walk in the door, like Timmy and I'm just being like, okay, so like we disguise ourselves as slavers. And then we walk in, like sneak into the place and we ask about the secret room and then we torture them until they're crying for their mamas. And then we rip their limbs off. And then I drown them with a giant tidal wave. Good plan? Good plan. I'm good.
But there's, I mean, we'll workshop it. There's some good ideas in there.
Some.
You're right. There needs to be more torture. It's not enough. We
Well,
could take out their eyeballs really, really slowly with a spoon.
Well, I think step one is getting the rest on board.
It's probably important. I mean, like, to be fair, I'm probably going to go by myself. If nobody wants to go with me, I will be fine. It's fine.
Regulus, how are you doing over there?
I'm good. Oh yeah, great. You? Catch any more flies?
You've been getting into the drink here, have you?
If you mean getting into just starting. You want some?
I will take some. Oh,
Yep.
no, wait. You're drinking
I
with
will-
the king.
I
I
will
have
wa-
no interest.
I will walk down the stairs and in this beautiful blue silk pajama set and and walk into
Just
the room.
gliding. Like a princess.
Just glide into the room. You know, blue satin. You know, so
Is there like a gold lace around the edges?
might be some gold lace, might be like a big gold chain. You know,
Do you have
Bruno-
like a
Bruno
like
Mars
a
it up.
embroidered angel wings on the back?
Wow.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
You know,
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that is
Yeah,
that is
100%.
definitely that is definitely the case. I totally have and embroidered angel wings on the back. All right.
How,
So, how'd
how
you
did it
guys
go
make
with-
it down by the docks? Oh, all
Well-
right. We're just asking each other questions now. All right.
well, I mean, well, first of all, you don't know that's where we went, but
Or I just assume because you know that's where
Well-
she usually goes.
plus, I guess I'm probably still damp.
Drenched.
Yeah.
You both
I
reek
use-
like fucking salt water. So
I
yeah.
use prestidigitation to dry you off.
I was just going to ask about the Orlin. How'd that go with the Sons of Elagondor?
Well, it seems that all parties are a little bit agreeable on the fact that they might be able to run the city together. So, for the time being, it looks like Hallowith is going to be the king, and Arlen and our other friend Mordivel are gonna, you know, try and be his subservients, and they're gonna try and clean the place up a little bit, and try and get some order here, establish a justice system, train up a militia to make sure that we're not just hiring mercenaries here, and the town isn't so lawless. So, all in all, I think it's probably a good thing.
I'd just like to point
we got some
out
work done.
that Peg is currently really trying so incredibly hard not to laugh at the pajamas. Like it's
Well,
like she looks like she's in pain.
Peg, have
See,
you ever-
I
have
think
you ever
that's
worn a
forward
pair of
progress
these?
for her.
Right? I mean, like she also doesn't really fully trust Raquel at all, and also doesn't want to get held down and beaten again. So
Well, that all seems like it's tied up in a nice little bow. Mission accomplished, I
Well,
suppose.
seems that way for now. Yeah, compared to the clusterfuck it started out as, it seems like we've made some progress.
Well, speaking of which, on to the next clusterfuck.
everything is sunshine.
On to the next clusterfuck. We've got some information on those divers, we think.
All right, well that's good to know. Peg, you must be a little happy about that.
Yeah,
You talking
I,
about the black bones?
Yes. I talked to my tattoo teacher, and she mentioned that she's really proud of me killing a whole bunch of people and torturing them to find this information.
Unlikely.
She's
But
paraphrasing.
and then she also mentioned that they may have some people in the snake pit, like where we did that whole like fighting ring thing and won a bunch of money. Slash
Yeah, it seems
took
like
a bunch of money.
So it's a bit of a front for some criminal activity. It's not unexpected, I suppose.
Yeah,
I
so
was
like
gonna say, that
I
seems like
was
that's
telling
pretty par for the
Timon,
course.
we can just disguise ourselves as slavers and then go in all sneaky like and talk to the people and make our way into the secret back room, and then we tie everybody up and we torture them for information, and then we slowly take out, we added this one afterwards, is we slowly take out their eyeballs with spoons, and then we take all of their limbs and slowly rip them off one at a time, so they really feel that they are terrible people. And then
I can sense your inner hate. I get that, but I think
And then
there's a way that
we-
we can do this a little easier that might be a show of force for our new compadres, who are the, king and his people. Let's say we talk to them about the slaving activity going on, and we have them raid the snake pit, and then hand over the criminals to us once they've arrested them.
Scorch.
So
This is-
it's a way
Yeah,
to show some
Excuse me.
force.
it's
There's
entirely
a-
less fun.
There's another way.
What's that? It's a show of
Are
force
you-
for the king, and I'm going to listen to you in a second, but oh Jesus Christ, Greg, okay, what do you want?
He's
Is
probably
there-
just choking on his ale.
That goes down smooth. Is there a reason
some
why you
other
want to talk to
things.
them? Are you trying to talk to them, or you're trying to put them down like the dogs they are?
We
What
are
do you mean,
we
the
are
slavers?
finding out where
The
my
Blackbone
mama is,
clan.
and then we are putting them down like the so-called dogs.
I was going to
that they
say
are.
we want to get some information out of them first, and
Well-
then we can put them down. I'm not completely opposed to that.
We could
But
set up a
comes to it.
trap. If they find out there's an Iron Fist in the town, they'll come for me. We are sworn enemies. Our two clans have been warring for centuries.
This
so-
plan sounds like fun.
You could use
Do
me
you
as
guys
bait.
not s-
Well, Gregolas, you've
do you
been
guys not
you've been pretty open about who you are. You've got a bit of a name for yourself. They should already know you're here.
They
I
probably
would-
do.
That's fair. Yeah.
I would point out that he's been going by the name of Gregolas, and he has never mentioned Iron Fist.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's true.
his performing thing. So if they knew Gregolas as part of the Iron Fist, then they might recognize it. But if they just didn't know him specifically, they wouldn't make that link,
So-
right?
Actually, what we're suggesting is we do the same plan we always do, where we set up a show, but actually we bring Iron Fist.
I'm
Round three.
I'm good with whatever. They're a
What
bunch
we
of
do
pansies
every single
anyway.
time.
Honestly, I like Raquel's idea about making it official. It's a way that they can use the newfound
They'll never-
position
they'll
of
never
power
talk.
to. Well, we'll deal with that, but it's a way to help establish this new government and get these people out of the streets, get the people's favor in the eyes of the king.
Yeah, were you always such a goody two shoes, Timmy?
I've literally
I
always been a goody two shoes since you met me, right from day one.
You put Peg to sleep.
Literally from day one, he has been a good two shoes. Now, are you not seeing how good this can work in our favor? We're killing two birds with one stone. We're gonna get the slavers, and we're gonna have them in our corner. We don't have to do any of the fucking legwork, and it's doing a show of force for this new government. This is textbook infiltration of a government system. So, I think we're onto something. I think that's a good thing.
Is the king still here?
No, I think you've gone off to like your own route.
Okay.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
gone off somewhere else. I would not have said any of that yet with him sitting beside us.
Textbook.
Of this guy's kingdom.
By the way, what is a textbook?
Yeah, what is a textbook? Never heard of
A
it.
textbook is a text of words and stuff that is
book- a
supposed
book
to
of
teach you
text.
things.
I feel like
It's
a
a
textbook
book
would
of
also
text.
like exist in
They had
fantasy world.
they had textbooks in fantasy worlds. Like, come on now, people went
We
to
just,
school.
you know, it doesn't sound fantasy enough if you don't call it a
People
tome.
went to high school.
Yeah. I feel like they have books. I don't know if they would have textbooks.
They had tomes.
But
All
it's
right,
like-
here's a tome. It's a tome version of an infiltration.
He's atoning for his mistake.
There's another word that I want to use. Oh no. There's the right word, and it's not coming to me. Oh well.
Okay, so
Shit.
I mean, like, this plan sounds boring, but if you will edit it a little bit to include the spoons, maybe we can make it work.
Just gonna say, guys, if you really want to play into the clusterfuck, you could do both plans at the same time.
Split the party.
I
No.
love it. I see what you're onto here, DM.
I'm just trying to make things harder for myself. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm on board.
I mean, I'm on board with taking these people down. I'm also on board with doing it the right way.
You're not understanding the side. You can't take these people down. This is a
We can take 'em
dwarven
down in the
clan,
city.
friend.
Listen, we can take them
Oh.
down in this city the proper way.
We
We're
will
gonna
be taking
we're gonna
them
find
down.
some information. We're gonna get out of here, and you know, rules are probably a bit different on the water, I suppose. Right, Peg?
Are they?
Well,
You
I was gonna say,
they're supposed to be a little different on the water.
We're owed some favors here from these people, so I think we should cash them in. Like, that's just my opinion. Instead of us trying to make some plan that fucks up, and then we, alarm everybody, and then we're really kind of clusterfucked. I think
Well,
we should
I
really
think it's
run this
reasonable.
by.
I like it, but
Again,
we should also
as long-
talk to Darvin.
As long as you add in the spoons and the limb tearing, it's fine. And it's boring,
We're gonna get to that at some point. We just don't have to do all the work ourselves beforehand. We just, get them handed over to us, and away we go. So you're gonna
But-
get what you want.
who's to say that the people in power are going to hand them over to us?
Well, that's the whole thing. If they don't, show their loyalty.
And
to
we
us.
rip them limb from limb.
No, I don't think we need
There
to
it
rip
goes,
them
but
limb to limb. Recall here's got
we
some
just-
abilities, and I think some of the other of us do as well. There's ways that we can get the information we need without ripping them
a
limb
nice
from limb.
holy ball of fire is always something that can be thrown, hurling towards them at some point if they disagree. So
I
it's
also
an
wouldn't
option.
mind drowning them in a tidal wave. That would
we'll
be
just
really
call that
fun.
our last case scenario.
Yes, first spoons, then limb ripping, then tidal wave, then fireball, or vice versa. We could probably do both.
Well, we'll figure that out when we get to it.
I think between a lot of us, we can figure out a way to get the information we need. Get to the really nasty ones. Most
I
likely,
vote-
the ones here aren't the slavers. They're the small-time criminals. You know.
I vote Timon does not get to come to the torturing.
Timon is going to be.
I vote that there's no torturing.
See, this is
Yeah.
why.
Hey, torturing is bad, yo.
You know what?
GM doesn't
Timon,
get to have
I'm
a
gonna,
say in
I'm
this.
gonna Timon, I'm going to leave you to. You seem to be the one helping Peg out with her mannerisms, so we'll talk about the torturing later on. But I think first step is to get this show of force ready and take these guys down, or talk to Darvin, see what he wants to do about it.
I imagine you could probably find out some information on their movements and when they'll be where.
Yeah, I think some
That's-
recon's probably a good idea.
That's sketchy, Kevin. fellow.
Yeah,
He might
sketchy
have some
Kevin.
ideas. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll talk to him. All right.
First of all, there's a couple of those names that actually just sound like they're Rick and Morty characters.
Yeah, sketchy
Thank
Kevin
you,
over
kind
there.
of.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, this is sketchy Kevin.
Yeah, Sketchy
Yeah.
Kevin. You know, he's been here the whole time. Howdy do, guys.
I'm Mr. B6. Look at me. All right.
Oh God. Okay. Anyways, let's
back.
actually do this plan.
Yeah.
Alright.
The
Well, I
people
think
who
we're,
think this
think
is
we're
like a
going to
good.
bed, right?
Yeah, this is a good place to stop.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would think
Yeah.
so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Did we level up?
That is a no.
It's been
You
like
guys-
7 sessions.
You guys have just been talking a bunch. You don't level up from talking. What do you think this game is?
Okay. First of all, gaining knowledge isn't just talking.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you guys.
Yeah. All right, guys, say
Could be.
goodnight to the stream. We're going to shut her down.
All right.
Good
Good
night,
night,
stream.
guys.
We're gonna shut her down.
Good night, stream. We're shutting it down.
Nice. Nailed
Hey,
it.
good night, stream. We're shutting it down.
Thank you for tuning in to Dungeons, Dragons, and Dice.